I'm so excited for this video. I've been waiting for it. I'm doing my first ever 24-hour readathon. Okay. So, every time I'm eating, sleeping, whatever I'm doing that's not physically reading, because the books that I chose, the only means I have of reading them is their physical copy. So, yeah. The second rule is every time I find myself, while the timer is running, getting distracted, I will make a little tally on this notepad, and each tally will be 30 minutes. So at the end of the 24 hours, I will count up how many 30 more hours I need to read, 30 minutes, whatever. So there is quite a possible chance that I will be reading well over 24 hours. Okay? I only have 2 books, mainly because I'm doing this to not meet a goal, but to meet my TBR and finally finish the series. I don't think I will be this time, but my first book is King's Cage by Victoria Averywood. After finishing this book, I don't know if you can see where my bookmark is. The bookmark is right there. So I will finish this book, and then I'll move on to the next book in the series, the Red Queen series, which, if you like dystopian books, like I do, I would read this series. Then the next book is Warstorm. It's quite thicker, and this has the most pages of any book I've ever read. So it's probably going to take me a couple of days or a couple of times to finish reading this. Then I can move on to the last book in the series. If you're not counting the book of like novellas as a book in the series, then Warstorm would be the last book. I'm counting it as a book in the series. So I'm reading it. Let's get my timer started. I was completely inspired by mainly Victoria Varilla. My voice is like gone. I do say her last name wrong later in the video, so I sincerely apologize. But I will link her video of her 24-hour readathon below. But if you don't follow her, you definitely should. Tori Varilla. I still don't know if I'm saying that right, but I believe I am. Again, apologize for saying the last name wrong later in the video. Alrighty, let's get on to it. I just read a good little chunk of it that confirmed everything I thought. I knew it. I knew it. Without giving too much away, let me my colors know he gasped. But Annabel, my grandmother, my father's mother. Annabel Lauren, the old queen. You call her Nanabel? He flushes silver and my heart skips a beat. Force of habit, he grumbles. Anyway, she never came to court while Alara was there, but I thought she might when she died. She knew what Alara was, and she knows me. She would have seen through the queen's lie. She would have understand. I'm going to stop there. I knew it. I knew he was talking to his grandmother. Secretly, I knew it. Knew it. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to reading. I am now at the 30 pages left mark of the King's Cage, and all I gotta say is Victoria does an amazing job with describing battles and making the battle scenes. I'm kind of like at the start but in the middle of a battle. But let's read the last 30 pages of King's Cage. I just finished King's Cage, and yeah, me and Victoria already kind of have a beef with Glass Sword. This kind of fixed it, but kind of made it even deeper. But I love it. I love Victoria. I love it. But it is now 1:30. And I got some other things that I gotta do real quick for dinner. So I'm gonna go do that. Give me a little bit of time to process the ending of King's Cage before I can sit down and start the next book. But I only have about 20 hours left to read. So we'll see what happens. I'm back. So for the thing that we're doing for our dinner is not quite ready yet for the next step. So I ended up having a quick little lunch. Back, I'm ready. Got me a drink right here. I am so ready to continue the series and start the next book. I'm so excited. I might be changing where I'm reading here in a little bit just because my bum is starting to hurt sitting on carpet for 3 hours. Does that. So we'll see what happens. I'm ready to start. I am going to move to my bed. I just can't stay on the ground anymore. So I'm gonna move to my bed. I've only read about a page and I can already tell I'm gonna like it a lot, but there might be a whole lot more beef with Victoria. We'll see. So I took a long break. My last update was around 2. It is now 8:30. So I'm gonna get ready for bed, hopefully read a little bit more, and then I will see you guys tomorrow. I did not read at all after I showered. So we still have about 19 hours left. Yeah. So I'm gonna head to the store real quick to pick up an order that I have. Try to read while I'm waiting for them, and I really want to do this. I really want to commit to doing these 19 hours left. I really want to have a successful 24-hour readathon, and we'll see how it is at the end of today, if I do it or not. What was that weird? Anyway, see y'all next update. Alright, I'm back home. I got my order. Got me a little iced coffee. If you live in Texas, on the grind Christmas cookie. So delicious. I love it. I have my whole setup here. I have my music pulled up, my timer, my book, my highlighters. But it was also a very good suggestion from Victoria Tori Vinerella. No, that's how you say it. But she did this a while ago, and I follow her on Instagram, and I love her reading game series. But she had also suggested having like a little snack nearby. So I have some sunflower kernels. So we're gonna try that out and get some snacks in there as well. Alright, let's get started. Okay, we are a few pages into a chapter. In this book and in the last book, Victoria does this thing where she will switch point of views, not for every chapter, but she will switch point of views quite often. And in the current chapter I'm reading, she's writing it from a point of view that I never thought I would get from her. And it's a point of view from someone that I unexpectedly didn't like in the last book. But from this point of view, I'm starting to really like her. Because she's saying things and dropping bombs, and it's all true what she's saying. Well done, Victoria. You're slowly healing our beef, but I'm on page 49 of like 600 of 657. So you still got quite a bit of time to either resolve our beef or make more beef. So we'll see. I am officially halfway done. 12 more hours to go. But I'm halfway done. Let's see if we can finish. I probably will still continue it even if I don't finish today. We'll see. It is currently 11:50. I have 10 hours left. But I'm stopping for today. I am fighting and trying to keep my eyes open. This ends up being 3 days of reading. I'm on page 191. But I will update in the morning. I do work tomorrow, so there might be a little pause in that for a couple hours. But hopefully I will for sure finish tomorrow. Hi guys. I totally completely meant to read before going to work. I bet you can guess what happened. I did not. So we are still at 10 hours left. Oh, I honestly really do not want to call this a fail, but we're going 3 days into this. But yeah, anyway, let's continue, and hopefully I can read. I know 10 hours is not close to the end, but I do feel like I'm so close to the end that I don't want to call it a fail. So, yeah, I really don't want to call it a fail. It is about 11:57, 11:58. I am stopping for today, so it's gonna go 4 days. But we got about 6 hours left. And we'll see if we can finish on day 4. That's all I can say. I might look a little bit crazy day 4 tomorrow, because I do work and we have dress up days at work, and I love it. For the 12 days of Christmas. Anyway, but I will see y'all tomorrow. It is the start of day 4 of the 24-hour reading challenge. At the end of it, I'll come on and kind of explain like my thoughts of it, and yeah. But I also did want to give a warning if you hear some like noise in the background. It's just my space heater. But yeah. I'm so proud of these bows that I drew today for work. So proud of it. The green one's a little wonky, but it's okay. I'm gonna take a quick pause, go eat some lunch before, maybe get a few more pages in, but we have like 5 hours and 28 minutes left, so we are getting so close. So close to the end. Sorry. Yeah. This time, that's what I was talking about. It's my heater. I just read what is quite possibly one of the most amazing twists I've ever just read. Oh, I love it. Victoria, this war storm is by far making up the beef we got in Glass Sword. And if you read Glass Sword, you would know why I was mad at Victoria. But oh my goodness. Oh, I love this. If you could tell, reading it, I was shocked and continue to be shocked. I still have about 5 hours left. The time is 12:40. I'm still gonna read until I gotta go to work. So I'll see y'all then. it's getting close to the time I have to leave for work, but I'm stopping. We have 4 hours left. And hopefully I can finish it tonight and then get some sleep and then come on tomorrow and be bright-eyed and say my thoughts behind it. Except for the fact that I keep on forgetting that I have these marks. Each one is 30 minutes for after I do 24 hours. I gotta do however many 30-minute marks there are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 hours. 4 hours extra. Yeah, I don't know. We might not. Maybe we'll just do take it from 30 minutes and do a minute. And then that way it'll be 8 minutes extra. Which I think would be fair instead of doing 30 minutes. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, I'm back from work. Took my shower. But I am not moving from here. Maybe for 4 hours. I am not moving from here for 4 hours. 4 hours and 24 minutes. Isn't that 4 hours, 24 minutes, 6 seconds? I'm gonna finish. And then we can do my tallies at the end of it. Ignore this. I'm gonna do my tallies at the end of it. Let's go. I am now halfway through Warstorm. What? Oh, I'm so excited. I am in the middle of a very big and amazing fight scene. I have mentioned before, Victoria is so great at doing fight scenes. Although, for a moment there, it really did look like the beef was getting stronger. Just saying. But it didn't. We're good for now. We're good for now. But I'm halfway through this book. I can't believe that. Did I think doing this was gonna get me already halfway through a book? No. Doing it 3 more hours. But I'm halfway through. I can get over that. Do I think I'll finish it in 3 hours? Probably not. But I'm halfway through. I'm so excited. I did it! I read for 24 hours successfully. I'm excited. I've finished a book that I've been reading for no joke, a year. Got a little over halfway through this book. I'm on page 400 of 657. Whew. It's a lot. I know it is. I counted my tallies and so tomorrow I have to read for an extra 4 hours, but 4 hours is nothing, y'all, like, I am, but I'll save a lot of my thoughts about this entire process for tomorrow at the end of the 4 hours. But y'all, I crushed it. Yep. Alrighty guys, let's do our last reading session for this video. So, just to recap, I made a tally every time I was distracted while the 24-hour timer, the 24 hours was still ticking away. And each tally was 30 minutes. I had like eight. I had 8 tallies, which equals to 4 hours. So I have an extra 4 hours of reading to complete. And that's what this is. And, sorry again if you can hear my heater in the background. But I know you probably can't with the mic. Because, yeah. But, let's get this last session started. So excited. It is close to 2:30 in the morning. I just finished. I read close to another 100 pages. About 99. I got to the top of page 500, but we're getting close to finishing it. I'll probably finish it on my own accord over the next few days. But I'll come back tomorrow with my final thoughts. Alright guys, it is time for final thoughts. Did I like doing this? Sorta, kinda. Would I do this again? Yes. Sorry. If I make 2 big changes. The first one would obviously be to get access to audiobooks. I feel like that's the biggest change I would make. And the second is, instead of doing the tallies for when I get distracted, I would probably do some fun challenges. I don't even know. It felt weird not holding the mic. So, yeah. But my final thoughts on King's Cage. Love it. Victoria started something different in this book that she didn't do in the other 2, that she continues in this last book, which is switching between point of views. And she chose the female main character's point of view, and then not the main male characters, but a different girl's point of view, different character's point of view. And it was interesting to read both of those. In this book, they're kind of separated. Like the characters are separated. So it was really cool to read these 2 separate point of views to see and know things about the other group, know things about each group that the other group doesn't know yet. and to see it all come together the way it does in the end, because they kind of get together kind of around like the middle. And the plot twist of the ally of the that ended up being an ally of the character that ended up being an ally. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. Was exciting, and it was, yeah, I did not see that coming. But yeah, highly recommend the whole of the Red Queen series. The first one, though, does take a little bit of time to get to the action. But when it does, like I said, Victoria is amazing at writing like fight scenes. She carries it all throughout all four books so far of the Red Queen series. But it's amazing and I love it. And but I also do feel like if she didn't spend all that time world building and relationship building in the first book, that I don't think I would have liked it as much. Which is interesting to say, because usually I'm like, I want the action to hurry. But that's also very much what they did in Maze Runner. Is the entire book, James is building the relationships in the world of the glade and the maze, and then like the final couple of chapters are when they escape the maze. So, and I like that series too. So maybe I need the world built before I start getting into some of the like crazy action. But what I've read of Warstorm so far, she continues switching between points of view, and she does at least like 3 or 4 points of view in here. She did one of the main male characters' point of view in one of the chapters that I've read that I was not expecting. The villain's point of view. But it was interesting, and like I had said earlier when I was reading it, she did another point of view of the villain adjacent. I don't know if you caught that, but the main villain, she did a point of view for. I was not expecting. But yeah, so I'm excited to continue this, to read, to finish it. Like I have that much left. Again, I'm calling it a medium success because yes, I did read for 24 hours plus the 8 hours. So, or not 8, 4, so 28 hours. But like I said, I probably won't do it again unless I have audiobooks because it took 3 days, 4 days. It took 4 days to read the 24 hours plus the 4 hours. But that's also kind of why I won't want to do like the tally marks for distractions, because it ended up being 28 hours altogether. But I did say in the beginning that it might be over 24 hours. But what I did read, I liked, and I'm proud of myself. I've been on King's Cage for a year. Like, a year. And I finished it, and I'm glad I finished it. And I'm glad to continue reading Warstorm and to finish the series. I have Broken Throne after this, which is just the last collection of novellas. It's a big collection of novellas. But yeah. This one is hardcover, all the rest of mine are paperback. Yeah, I did the unspeakable and I broke the pattern. I did that for Hunger Games as well. And I'm mad at it for me, but they're all the pretty books. So, and it's what I could get at the time. Yeah. So I will see y'all in the next video. It's probably gonna be taking us back to 2014 with a Christmas haul. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. But yeah. Bye. Love y'all.